So I'm going to go through a little tutorial with Open Broadcast software for adding B-rolls to an Amazon live stream. So this tutorial is more geared towards you being an Amazon live streamer or Amazon live creator, although you can use some tricks in this tutorial whether you're creating content for YouTube, live streaming to Twitch or YouTube or Facebook as well. So here we're going to start out with a scene that has absolutely no sources. So to explain real quick what the difference is, a scene is like your canvas and your sources are like your layers of paint. So you want to have different scenes for different purposes. I particularly create a separate scene for each of my webcams and devices. That way I can add my scene instead of adding my webcam as a source and having to customize it in each and every scene. So in this case, we have a tutorial scene. The first thing I'm going to want to layer in is my background. So on my background here, I'm going to want to add my webcam. So here I'm going to put my scene for my webcam. In this case, I'm going to choose my main Sony ZV-1 camera as my webcam, and here I am. Now you can see me adding my scene as my webcam, just fine there. So next, you'll notice that I don't have any volume showing up on my meters over here, which indicates I have no volume. So now I'm going to want to add a source for my volume. So here I'm going to add an audio source, audio input capture, and again here I'm going to add which microphone do I want to use. In this case I'm using the Logitech G Pro X, and so I'm going to add that as my mic source. So here I add the Logitech G Pro X as my mic source, and you can see that it's still not giving me audio, so it's not selecting the right device. So I'll select it right here. Now you can see the audio bar going on. Now, because this is an audio source, not a video source, you're going to want to put your audio sources below all your other sources. Because, as I said, the scene is a canvas, which means your sources, being the layers of paint, they will be on top of each other like a layer. So you want to have your non-visible sources below your visible sources because each visible source you place will be above and visible above the other source. So now let's say you want to add B-rolls, because now you can see my volume meter's working, you can see my camera's working fine. So now let's say you want to add a B-roll. So here you would have multiple choices. You could do a browser source. If you want to put in a video from like a YouTube, you would do a browser source, put in the YouTube URL, the video URL, and then you'll see a source display on the screen, and that's how you know you got a video source. In this case, though, we're going to do a media source. Let's say you want to do a video file. So in this case, we're going to do a test media file, and I'm going to select the file on my desktop. In this case, I'm going to go through my desktop here and choose I'm going to choose a vertical one just to show you how to do various rotations and things like that. So we're going to choose a vertical file here. You have the option to loop it to where the video will constantly play itself. You don't want to do that during a live stream. You want to restart the playback when the video becomes active. You always want to say close file when inactive, so that way when you hide or you close the eyeball on the file, it uses less RAM. And show nothing when playback ends will make the video disappear so you can see your audio. So this is a short video. I'll show you how this looks. It went right over my main screen there. You see, it's now half my screen taken up. It's vertical. So I can now size it how I want to and place it where I want as a vertical video on my webcam. If I want, I could add an image and do fun, nice little static borders around it. I could create things like that if I want to do with it. If I want to put my own camera smaller, I could make my camera smaller and make the video bigger and fill up the screen more. If you need to rotate the video, you just simply right click on it and then you have a whole bunch of options with the transform here, right? You could rotate the video 90 degrees. Let's say it was supposed to be horizontal and it isn't. You rotate it 90 degrees and then you just, modify it, size it as you need to. Very easy to manipulate and move around your sources. See how the video disappeared when I was done? That's because it's not set to loop, and it's also checked with show nothing when playback ends. So that's a good thing to do when you're showing B-roll videos, unless you want it to still display just the front of the video when it says show nothing when playback ends. The other option you have here with videos, of course, and I will actually choose another video so you can see a horizontal video. Let's choose this video right here and put that one in there. So now I rotated it, so I need to go through and transform and rotate this back. So I will rotate it back the opposite direction. I will size it back down, move it around how I want. And again, playing around with your layout and video sources is fine. You can add images like logos. For any areas where you have a blank space where the video and your live don't work out well, you can add images and logos and place them where you want to kind of fill up your blank spaces. Or you could simply layer out to where I could put the video full screen, then move my webcam up above the video And then you can do this to where you have your video in the background with your webcam over it. Let's say my webcam's too wide. I don't want to have my webcam this wide. I don't need to show so much to the left and right of me. So here I would go right click on my webcam, go to transform, go to edit transformation, and I'm going to say crop 200 pixels off my left, 200 pixels off my right, maybe do another 300 pixels and 300 pixels, and maybe 400 on the left. And there, now I've got my cropped video, and now it's just a square, so I don't have much of my left and right, which isn't needed in my video, right? I don't need to have that much on left and right. I can even crop it further, and then I could shrink or increase my video size how I want to, depending on how much of the video I want to overlay. So this is a brief tutorial on how to layer your webcam and layer your video sources and your B-rolls, also any logos, which you can move up and down. See how this logo right here is actually below my camera source, so that means it's below it. If I moved it above my camera source, it would now be on top of it. Again, you got to think of your scene as like a canvas, and your sources are your layers, basically. So, any questions, leave them in chat. I'm at your disposal to answer any questions about open broadcast software. Thank you.